It's a fun dynamic. Like,
is.
I don't actually have that dynamic in my real life with anyone because I get along with my siblings very well. And so it's nice to kind of play out that.
And I don't have any siblings, so it's really cool that I actually have a sibling now. It's really fun.
Who you hate.
So yeah,
Very excited to talk to all three of you. This entire cast is just absolutely phenomenal. But the three of you each bring something so special to this. And Paulina, I wanted to start with you. There's a scene at the beginning of the second episode that is just so emotionally charged with, you and Cooper having this conversation about, I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it's a really intense moment. Playing those sequences in this series, it just feels like your character over and over is just going through this roller coaster. Is that something that you have to kind of channel coming into a new season and finding that again, or is it just a carryover from season one?
Definitely something that's carried over. And I mean, it's like always nerve-wracking starting a job again, and it's so crazy being on set. Actually, Jacob and I were on the very first day, and so it just felt like home. And having the cast and the crew all there, it's just so beautiful. And so, yeah, we're seeing Ariana seeing the oil industry in a whole new light, and there's definitely trauma there, and there's that fear of Cooper wanting to continue and be in that industry, and there's that fear of losing him as well from one day to the next.
And Jacob, Cooper in season one, it was all about this journey that he wants to go on to be a landman and get through this entire path and all of the obstacles in the way. And this season starts where your character's finally kind of achieving what he wants, but there's still even more obstacles. Was this season more of an obstacle for you as an actor to kind of figure out, how am I playing through this?
I'm not going to say it was more of an obstacle. It's kind of the same thing. It carries over, and it's really just a continuation of. That's the relatable part of Cooper that I get is he's just a young man trying to figure out how to make it through this with his own ideas. I'm a little older than he is at 29, but I've experienced those same things trying to build my career in this, and there's always roadblocks and there's always problems. So that's really why I love the character so much, is he is just a normal kid that's trying to do something extraordinary. And there's gonna be roadblocks, there's gonna be problems, but we're gonna have to figure out and learn so that later we don't have to deal with those again.
And Michelle, I think that more than anybody I've seen in a long time, between this and 1923, we have two completely different characters that are just in themselves amazing characters to see played. I can't imagine that going through the things in 1923 were necessarily fun, especially in that second season. But this season, just right at the beginning, there seems to be so much fun playing Ainsley. Did you really enjoy the things you got to do this season?
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And yeah, they couldn't be more different. And I love 1923, but playing Ainsley, it's like, she just lightens my mood. Even if I'm having a bad day, as soon as I kind of step into her shoes, I feel lighter. And I had a lot of fun with the comedy this year in her character. It was a challenge to fit her comedic scenes into an hour drama, and so I really tried to ground them as much as possible, but it's fun.
And Jacob and Michelle, for the two of you playing siblings, there's this rivalry and there's a funness to it. But did the two of you have to figure out how to play siblings outside of, did you prep it, or was it easy to just kind of get into that with each other?
I feel like we're siblings.
Yeah.
We always say that, like, he's my brother.
As soon as we met, we fell like completely in love with it. It's fine. We're like, this is gonna work tremendously. And then come to find out we don't like each other. So it's actually really hard to act in the thing that we despise each other when we actually love hanging out with each other at all times.
But chemistry is chemistry, and I feel like we are able to. It's a fun dynamic. Like, I don't actually have that dynamic in my real life with anyone because I get along with my siblings very well, and so it's nice to kind of play out that.
And I don't have any siblings, so it's really cool that I actually have a sibling now. It's really fun.
Who you hate.
Yeah.
And the dinner sequence, in every season there's a dinner sequence that is just like this roller coaster of fun that we're getting to see. And there's the one in the first episode here that is, it's a lot. And I think seeing Billy Bob and seeing Allie and seeing Colm and all these characters that are sitting around the table, I don't know how you keep like a straight face. I mean, Jacob, you got to duck out right in the middle of it. Are those fun scenes to shoot?
They're incredibly fun.
I
And
love.
and we don't always keep a straight face at all. There's so many outtakes of those days. Someday I want that reel.
Yes, me too.
Oh my God. Yeah, we have a lot of fun with them.
It's like it's also the one time that all our characters are really all together. And so those days go by really fast.
And Paulina, that was to that point that Michelle just made. There's a lot of characters that interact with each other and pair off, and there's some that don't get to be in scenes together. Is there anybody, either in season 1 or season 2, that you wish that you had had an opportunity to be in a scene with?
This beautiful woman here.
We get so little.
Got so little, and we want more. We do want more.
We do.
Yeah.
Taylor,
Please.
we want more.
Jacob, for you, is there anybody that you wanted to be in a scene with that you didn't get a chance to yet?
It's a little late. John Hamm. I think everything else is still a possibility. Yeah, a little late, but yeah, that one would have been cool.
And what about you, Michelle? Anybody for you?
Ooh, I mean, these two, I want more scenes with them. Especially our dynamic is really interesting because I'd like to think we're both girls.
Yeah.
And I just think that they would really like each other and find common ground in their annoyance for Cooper.
Yeah.
And Cooper, I'm sure, would love that.
Oh yes, it'd be his
Imagine us
worst
and
nightmare.
Cooper. Be beautiful.
And last question for each of you, and Jacob, we can start with you. Taylor seems to do this amazing job where he creates these characters and fully realizes them on the page even before they come to screen. Did you feel that Cooper was there and ready to go, or did you feel like there was an opportunity to really change him as you started to play him?
When you read a Taylor script, reading that character, I knew nothing more than I have to be this person because I have that understanding. And he does such a good job of putting the real emotion, like this human energy, into the writing. It's just there. You don't have to reach. You don't have to think. It's there. And that's what makes our show so amazing. Is he does write for these characters in such a way that they're so relatable because it's real life.
And Paulina, do you feel that way since a man writing for a woman in that sense? Did he capture this character for you, or did you feel like you had to bring anything extra to it to change it?
Ooh, I mean, like you said, he writes every single character so beautifully. There's so much depth to each character. Before we started shooting the first season, I got sent all 10 episodes, and he was like, rate them, call me, and then we'll discuss everything. And so truly, we discussed the character arc, what he envisions for the character, and what we both bring in. And Allie
Larder just gave us a kiss.
Yeah, she did. And I'm flustered now. And so it's very easy to bring these characters to life because it's all there. It's all there, and when we actually get to bring it to set, it's so easy for them to come alive. And I draw very much from all the women in my life.
Michelle, do you feel like Taylor knew what it was like to be a college cheerleader, or did you feel like you had to work with him to kind of find that?
What do you think? No. But he did give me... He writes really characters with a strong identity, and he wrote Ainsley with such distinct characteristics that I was able to bring in my knowledge of being a 17-year-old girl at one point and kind of pair it with his, because I couldn't have been more different than Ainsley at 17. I mean, she's wild, no filter, confident, bold, and I was maybe some of those things, but nothing like her. It wasn't that not. I was confident, but probably not. And I think I just had fun kind of pairing our two visions together, but also giving Ainsley somewhere to grow and putting those sprinkles of, okay, she does get it. There is a little more depth to her in the scenes that I could. And that was something I would really go through the scripts meticulously and be like, okay, where can I put this so that she isn't just this one note stereotypical character.
And it's definitely not one note on any of you. You're all three phenomenal in this. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Very excited to talk to both of you. Kayla, wanted to start with you. Season one, this character was one of my favorites in this series, and she comes in and she just is getting introduced to this different world than she's typically used to, but owns it. What do you feel is different this season for the character?
Well, I mean, she's still a fish out of water. She's now in-house for a company that runs its office with cheerleaders bopping around, and there's filthy roughnecks in the background. Like, this is not her regular office. So there's still an adjustment there. But this season with Rebecca, we get to see who she is when she clocks out of work a little bit more. We didn't get to see that last season, and I'm excited for everyone to see some more of her personality.
And Colin, for you, I don't know why the very first episode when we see Tommy come in to dinner and your character's just sitting there and there's this exasperated look on your face, those scenes are just so much fun. For you to play that and just have to be in the mix and be like, what is going on? Is that a fun area to play in?
Yeah, because he's an innocent. He really has no idea. Angela is such a force of nature. She cannot be denied. I know what my job is. I'm working for Tommy, and so it kind of all comes with the territory. It's a frat house, but now we've got a leading lady, and he's never seen anything like it. He has no experience. And one of the things that I found terrific to play, and obviously it's very easy, there's not much acting required. When I look stunned, I'm probably just stunned. Because, you know, when they're working out in front of me or they're telling me what great European dishes we're going to be having and that there will be costumes, I am at a loss. My little life in West Texas has never had anything like this. And so it's wonderful to be that innocent abroad while at home.
For both of you playing attorneys, and there's that element of when you're in the courtroom or when you're in these high-powered moments and you get to kind of own it and show what your skill set is that more challenging than playing these more one-on-one character-driven sequences? And Colm, I want to ask you that first.
Well, you know, we have a huge responsibility to be accurate with all the lawyerly stuff. And certainly the development of the relationship between me and Rebecca, which she's a litigator, I'm an oil and gas attorney. You know, I have a skill set that she doesn't have that I can share with her, and then I can take advantage of her killer instinct to get the job done. But, you know, we have to be very true to form on that. And I know that Taylor has taken an awful lot of advice to make sure that we get that stuff right. And, you know, listen, when it goes well, it feels awfully cool. My kid's a lawyer, so I occasionally go, would I actually do this or would I not do that? Please advise, and no charge.
And you feel the same, Kayla? How do you feel about that?
I would say as Kayla, the confrontational scenes are harder because I'm just not like that in my real life. But as Rebecca, anything that you ask her about how she's doing, it makes her very uncomfortable. She just wants to know everything about everything else and control the room. So
there's also a dynamic between the two of us that, you know, I think is shared around the world with people of various ages working together in the same business. You know, I'm soon going to be replaceable, and I see the shadow of the future right beside me. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of that is bubbling underneath as we try and negotiate a relationship that is, you know, useful for the company, but also that we can both survive it.
Yeah, we're balancing seniority with something that's newer and deals with things in a different way. But I mean, we work it out, or we try to.
We're all in it for the company.
Well, I'm glad that neither of you is replaceable here. This season is fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Very excited to talk to both of you. Love this series so much. Season 1 was great. Season 2 is kicking off really strong. And something I've noticed in all of Taylor Sheridan's series is no matter how significant or minor the character, whether supporting, primary, whoever it is, he fully realizes these characters and they are actual people. They're not just one line and that's it. And for your two characters, there's so much evolution over the 2 seasons where we see these snippets of the characters, but we learn so much about them. And it's really interesting to see who they are as individuals. And Mustafa, I wanted to start with you. This character is just vital to the story. It's somebody that we see and how he interacts with people, all the way up to Tommy, all the way down to the people on the crew. Is that something that you had to do any sort of prep or research to figure out how this role works in real life, or was it something that was just on the page?
Absolutely. Well, to your first point, that speaks to the brilliance of Taylor and his ability to create a world, create characters, create story. And I think that comes from his experience as an actor, wanting these meaty roles and wanting full 360 characters for himself. So he created these worlds. And I was really thrilled and excited to jump into that world with Taylor in Landman because of how he builds these worlds and these characters. Now, getting into the research, absolutely. I was picking the brain of Christian Wallace, who created this authentic world of Boomtown, which Landman is based off of, and understanding what these characters were like in the oil field. What are their real lives like? What is the work like? What are their difficulties? What are their struggles? So I can bring their stories to the screen authentically and show what these relationships are, from Boss to his crew and Boss to Tommy.
And Mark, for you, do you feel like there's a change in your character going from season 1 to season 2? Did you play him differently this time around because of the story, or was it more of the same for you?
I feel like the characters between Tommy and Walt, they're friends from way back, and they have an unstated bond, and but I think in this season you see a few more of the ways that Walt deals with family, and you can tell he loves them, but he doesn't love the chaos that sometimes follows them all around. But he and Tommy, Tommy's got a lot more responsibility, makes him a little more of a bit of something to deal with, and but you can tell they love each other, They have an unspoken bond that really carries. And for me, Billy and I have known each other a long time, and we are very close, and our friends and family are all very close. So I don't have to make that up, I think some of that comes across in a lot of those scenes, And most of the time when we're on screen, it's just like, we've been in a truck riding around together, or sometimes arguing over something in a loving way.
Well, the dynamic between the two of you with Billy and with other characters in this cast is phenomenal. I really say this with 100% sincerity. This series would not be the same if either of you were not in it. So thank you so much for your time today, and really looking forward to seeing the rest of the season.
Appreciate you, man. It means a lot.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joe Blow was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.